Small Talk, Tall Tales, episode 2. Fired up. The producer of the show messed up the audio, so we are going to tell this story again. Kristen was sharing with us after how they won Chicago AVP last year. It's the best tournament on the AVP, we think.
Hands down.
Chicago, I get the venue, the setup, the people. We have a lot of support. I mean, basically, like, her whole family goes just because proximity. But
Where are you from?
South Dakota.
Boom.
Let's go.
How far is it from Chicago, for real? What's
it's like an hour flight. It's super easy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What about drive? Like, just so I can put, like, distance-wise.
Yeah, I think it's about 8.
Okay.
Yeah. So not horrible, but not an easy drive.
We talk about geography. I don't know where South Dakota is exactly. I mean,
okay.
I know where it is.
Louisiana, straight up 5 states.
Cool.
Or 4 states.
That's easy.
Yeah.
easy.
All right, love it. I thought Chicago was straight up, but it's maybe a little bit to the
Yeah,
right.
it's a little.
Gotcha. Cool.
Anyway.
You've been there. You've literally gone to Sioux Falls and you're like, this place is great.
Yeah, it's great for the 2
Stop
months.
it. Stop it.
Anyway, Chicago. Last year, we won Chicago last year, and on Sunday, we played 3 matches. They all went 3 sets. I got served 98.9% of the balls. So
Is that
I
an
was
actual stat?
No.
I think it's pretty
She's
accurate. I think it's
dramatic.
pretty accurate. But so needless to say, I was exhausted, dead, very dehydrated, and when you win, people, you like go out, you have some fun, and everyone's like, "Oh my goodness, champions, shot. Here's a shot." And I was like, "Okay."
Yeah, great.
Taryn didn't tell me that she was not taking the shots.
I never do. I don't know how many times I have to be like, I'm not going to actually
but she didn't even
drink
tell
this.
me. She didn't even tell. Like,
Kristen,
come on.
because how many times am I going to have to remind you that I don't do that?
Well,
she thought Chicago was special. That's what it was. It was meaningful. It was a different tournament. So
yeah.
it's close to your
just
family.
take it from me.
It was
Well,
very fun.
Yeah, I definitely had too many of them, and my night was a little cut short. It was unwell. I couldn't even enjoy the win. Yeah, it was.
Well, you did for a
rough
little
time.
while.
For a
She
solid,
made it like 2 hours.
oh wow, you're giving me 2 hours.
Oh, I was gonna say 2 hours is pretty decent. I feel
Okay,
like.
yeah, she didn't make it that long then.
Okay.
I was counting dinner too.
Oh, okay, dinner. Yeah, I was giving myself a solid maybe hour, and then it went downhill.
It did.
Very
I
quickly.
turned around and I was like, "Where's Kristen?" And she was like running out the building. She's like, "Don't let Taryn leave with me."
It was definitely one of those nights where it was like, I'm never drinking alcohol ever
Yeah.
again.
Like
And
you
then
look
I
yourself
think,
in the mirror.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was tough times. But I mean, tournament again, still fun. Chicago, big fan. It's definitely one of our favorite stops on tour.
Yeah. Where do you guys? I guess maybe don't give too many details in case there's any weird people out there that are. But where do the athletes drink and hang out? Do you guys like go right from the courts and then go somewhere with fans and family and like drink and hang out, or what's?
Yeah, we usually, well, not usually. It hasn't really happened very much,
gotcha.
but yeah, we go and shower because
okay.
we are
Yeah.
absolutely disgusting, and staying and talking to everybody that does take quite a bit of time.
Right.
So we stay, chat, finally shower. Last year it was raining, so my hair was.
Oh my goodness! I hope we find pictures of that. Her hair was a disaster.
It was so bad. And everybody told me after, they're like, "What happened?" And I was like, "I was focused on the game, not my hair." But
We won, okay?
It
That's
just
all that
got
matters.
bigger and bigger and bigger, and it turned into like a rat's nest. And it was just a big, puffy, fluffy ball. And after I showered and I got out, my arm, I was just so exhausted. My arm hurt brushing my hair. So I was like, "Mom, will you please brush my hair?" It took her 45 minutes to brush my hair. And I lost.
I think people will understand when they
When
see
you
this
see the
picture.
picture.
Yeah, we gotta find
It
pictures.
was-
Oh, I have a picture. It's
that's
zoomed in
incredible.
right on my hair, and I'm like, "Ooh, I looked good."
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to share that. That's
Anyway,
incredible.
after you brush your hair and put on normal people clothes, we went out to dinner.
Gotcha, okay.
It's usually with our family and friends. And that's the hard part. It's like there are so many people there, and then you want to hang out with everybody, but how do you
Right. No,
how do you balance the time? But honestly, I did want to like celebrate with you because I was just very excited, and it was kind of like a turning point in our season last year. Of we kept getting fifth and fifth and fifth and fifth, and not that fifth was the end of the world, but I mean we have very high expectations for ourselves, and when we're not meeting those, it is very frustrating, especially just knowing how much time and effort we put into making it past fifth place, and we still couldn't.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love that. And Chicago was a big one for you guys last year, right? Because you guys needed to win first place in order to go to the AVP championships, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think, what did you do in the interview? We literally had just won, and I think Mark came over. Mark is the announcer for the AVP, and he came over and was interviewing us. And what did you do?
Okay, to preface this, when I am playing volleyball games, I black out. I just do.
Yeah.
And Kristen's like, do you remember that play? It happened like 3 plays ago. And I'm like, nothing. I got nothing.
Yeah.
It's
Did
so
I do
not-
good?
She hates
You're like,
it.
Did we get the point?
Wait, was that good?
You're like,
I'll try to
are
remember
you mad at me? Or?
Yeah, so I black out. And then as soon as we get to the interview, like, I can't even come up with any words to say. So luckily, Kristen usually takes over the interviews. And I'm like, I'm like, please ask her the questions. Because nothing is going to like, I can't think of anything. I am just like so far in the zone and I have to like get out. It's really bad. Sometimes I'm just like, what did I even say? And I don't know.
There are
Stop.
some. There
Did I
are
represent
definitely.
us well?
Yeah, no, it's like, please take the microwave.
There are so
microphone
many
away from me.
times in a post game interview when they ask her a question, and I'm like,
What did
Taryn,
you just do?
What? Like, in my head, I'm just like, Taryn, speak.
But
like,
then
use
she,
your
like,
words.
she keeps giving me the microphone. She's like, "You're gonna do it," and I'm like, "Why? You want to make me
wants you to
feel
get better.
stupid?"
Yeah, practice makes perfect.
No, she likes when I do it horribly. I think. Wait, what was the point of this?
You guys won AVP. Mark came up and
Oh,
told
yeah.
you guys
What-
something.
what
and then
happened?
Oh my gosh!
and
Okay,
you
so-
fumbled the answer.
yeah, I did. I did, big time. But all of my best friends were going to come to Phoenix if we made it.
Nice.
And my best friend had just gotten married the weekend before, and so all of us were in the wedding, and they're like, "Come on, Taryn, come on, Taryn!" Like, and so it was like the wedding, Chicago, and then Phoenix.
Yeah.
And I had just realized that we had won, which meant we got to go to Phoenix, which means I got to see all of my best friends again. And so it all hit me as the freaking
And
camera
Taryn
was on
is
me.
definitely one who all emotions can be seen on her face.
love
Like everything is just boom.
Right
so
there.
all of that hit her.
hit me.
I love it.
And I was so pumped. Oh my god.
Mark's looking at you like,
He's like, okay,
Scared?
did you really want to go that bad? Wow. But it was more like volleyball is going to come and go, but it really is like
Yeah.
the people, and I get to finally see my best friends again. And oh my gosh, yeah, all of that came out on my face,
That's
and
so
it was
cool.
awesome.
we're gonna find the
Yep.
interview. We're gonna. This
Oh,
is
Please,
gonna be awesome.
please don't put
yeah.
the words in, but you can put my facial
That's it, yeah. We'll have this audio over it, and we'll just show it in the background. That
Yeah.
would be perfect.
Nice.
But I seriously, it just like, it came to me on the TV, and I was like, oh my gosh, I get to go see all of them. And so I actually took a video of it and sent it to my best friends. I was like, this was the exact moment when I realized I got to see all of you guys in a week.
That's so cool.
So
And then you
cute.
guys went there
So
and took
cute.
care of business too, so that was probably
That-
even cooler.
Was fun.
Yeah, Phoenix was cool. That was a cool
What
place.
kind of venue do they? Because I mean, if you think Phoenix desert, like beach is the exact opposite of what you think of. So where did they do it?
No, we
Inside.
we were in the Phoenix Suns arena, which is
That's
also. I
awesome.
mean, I'm a big basketball fan, so that was just pretty cool to
That
just
is
be
cool.
in an arena and to be playing there. It was cool. A lot of people came out too. That was the atmosphere was pretty sick.
It looked really cool. I mean, the thing that kind of threw me off, and like my question for you guys, I guess I never asked this, but does it mess you guys up at all? Like I know there's lights outside and stuff, but like with a ceiling, and does it mess with the depth perception at all? Or
No,
anything?
the lights were fine because they were all up.
I thought it was hard sometimes. That's just me.
Oh, well, I didn't. The worst is when the lights are like really low, whereas like in the arena the lights were like super high,
Makes
so that's fine
Yeah.
for me, I guess. I
She's
don't know.
taller.
I don't know
She's
what
taller.
she's
Hey, I'm
looking.
way
Yeah.
taller.
She was closer to the lights. That was the problem. They were lower for her.
Well,
But no, that was such a fun time. Oh, and then that was where there was a timeout, and Kristen, Drew, and I were just sitting in our box, and we were chatting. Probably not even about the volleyball game because we never do. We always chat about random things, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
And it's really nice to just kind of have a reset and not actually think about the game. But we were sitting there, and you start to hear a TKN chant. And
That's awesome.
all of us stopped talking,
Yeah, that
and we
was-
just all looked out. I think Drew took out his phone.
I think he did, but I don't know if he could find the video. We got to reach out to him.
We're gonna do some work on that to see if he can.
You can
Yeah.
finish the story because I have no words right now.
No, I mean that we've talked about that. That is for sure one of the coolest memories that I will probably forever remember from the AVP was just here. I mean, it was like the coolest thing. Like just like TKN, TKN, just like the crowd erupting. Like
in a
yeah,
huge
that was
arena too that you guys don't like. The sound was probably different in there too,
oh
right?
so different.
And there's only
So-
one court going. Usually
Yeah.
at AVPs
Awesome.
there's 3.
Yeah.
You know, so all eyes. It was cool.
Yeah, Phoenix fun. Hopefully.
So we don't know if it's going to be there this year, right? They haven't announced it yet.
They have not as of
Yeah.
now.
Any teasers of where it might be?
Well, I hope it's there because I loved it. I thought it was
Yeah.
so fun.
Yeah.
If I had to
sounds
guess,
like
I think I would think it's back in Phoenix, but
Because it
yeah,
just
we don't-
did so well and there were so many people.
Yeah.
But
Well, now that
We'll
we're
see.
working together too, I'm definitely gonna have to make a trip out there then.
Oh,
sounds-
yeah.
Sounds like that's gonna be the move. Yeah.
He's going to be in Switzerland.
Yeah.
He's going to be in Doha. He's like, I guess I have to go.
You guys are just so successful. It's great. You know, it's just part of it. We got to make sure that we document it. It's part of the journey. That's it.
absolutely.
Yeah. And then what's after Phoenix? Is that the end of the year, or do you guys still have some more qualifiers for the
We're
world?
not
right?
done until
Right?
December.
Yeah, this year has been literally from January to December. So after Phoenix, I think we'll hit Paris and then World Champs, our first World Championships.
Let's go.
We are pumped.
Yeah.
Which is
Qualified already?
yeah,
Yeah.
Official.
we're
I
in.
think so.
How the weird thing is Tlaxcala.
We don't know anything. Sometimes,
that's
like
the beach
it's
volleyball
like,
world's
yeah, you're in. Maybe I don't know.
Hopefully. Well,
But-
sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say something. They're talking to us about literally like USA Volleyball is like sending us stuff about the elevation in Tlaxcala is apparently like really high. So they're like literally telling us like all these things about how to get acclimated to just like a higher altitude, and we may even like go do some training beforehand in like Denver and stuff to
Yeah.
just get acclimated to that. But
Because
forgot about
we're
that.
below sea level
Yeah,
here, and
yeah.
we're going to be going and playing above where we play in Stade, which
Yeah.
is the Swiss Alps, as we figured out in
episode 1.
first episode. But yeah, it's
So how does that affect the volleyball? So right, like with baseball, the ball flies more and like travels more, right? All that stuff. Is it kind of similar? Like
Yeah, very similar. Like the ball will just keep carrying. So like any like
serves,
serves
yeah.
with pace, they're just not going to drop. So that kind of if your serve receive should be a little easier because you don't have to worry about a lot of pace.
Yeah.
But then as far as like shots and everything, you got to watch that because it will just never fall. Like so defenders, it'll probably be able to like dig some
Dig a
more
lot of
balls because the
balls.
balls will just be in the air a little longer. So yeah, definitely some different style of play almost, especially serving.
Do you guys change like your spin on your serve to try to like create more top spin, or like am I sounding like an idiot right now? I have no idea.
No, I mean that makes sense. I won't be jump serving. She could be jump serving, but probably not just because with the balls like
they're just going to keep flying.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be worth it, but we'll see.
it'll probably
We'll see
just
what
be more
happens.
about placement and stuff like that.
Was that a dumb question? Can you guys do that stuff? Like add more spin, like, and do you guys do that depending on opponents, settings, all that kind of stuff?
Wind is I would say is like the
That
biggest.
makes sense.
It also
Yeah, if you have the wind
there's-
helping you and you're hitting it into the wind, if it's a strong wind,
Yeah.
that ball, you
the
can hit it as hard as you want and that thing's not going out of bounds.
Yeah. There's also sometimes you want to toss it a little further out in front of you. Sometimes you want to toss it a little further behind you, and then that'll create kind of different spins.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah,
there's a lot.
Yeah. I love that. No, I was just wondering because like in baseball, right, like different pitchers that have good spin, it doesn't spin as much, right? So it's like, dang, that guy might not have a good game out in Colorado because his curveball is not going to be as good. So it's like I just wonder how you guys adjust to that kind of stuff and if it makes that big of a difference. But I guess that
No,
makes
there's
sense.
because some people hit like jump top serves and it'll just be like missiles at you, and some people hit jump top serves and it will just like fall. Like I would say like Clancy probably has the most like spin
for
whereas
sure.
and then like Duda will have just like
Power.
missiles at you. So there's definitely different
Yeah,
kind of styles to it.
gotcha. Where do you guys rank in the world rankings right now?
Oh, 3?
I think we're 3.
3. What are the?
It's also-
whose number is it? The two? Is it Brazil? The two?
Is
top
it
ones?
world? How are you going off of Olympics or? Like
So it's
wor-
tough because Olympics is 8 or 12 events,
Right.
but entry is your last 3 or 4. So there's
Gotcha.
there's like 7 million rankings, and then some people have played more tournaments, some people have played less tournaments. So you could have 2 more tournament finishes, which puts you higher in the Olympic ranking, but in reality, your finishes aren't as great. You just have more events. If that
Let's
makes
just
sense.
say we're top 8.
Yeah, there
That's-
we go.
yeah, we'll
We're
say
in
that.
the mix. Yeah. But it's so crazy that that's like how you guys get seated, placed, and like there's so much uncertainty in that. It's so wild.
Are we gonna make it in?
Right?
Are we not gonna? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's not like, oh, we got to go to this tournament down the street. It's like we got to book an international flight, find hotels, all this stuff. Like, that's so wild.
Yeah.
There's a tournament that in Australia at the end of the year that it literally still just says Australia. It doesn't even like give us a like location, so we can't book
airport,
we can't
You
book a
fly
flight.
to Australia? Which one? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
So it's that's beach volleyball for you.
Yeah.
It does. It does mess with my. I would say I'm type A. I have a little bit of OCD.
I feel like we're both planners.
Yeah, we are. So the fact that we can't plan a trip, and that's what, November,
Yeah.
and it's August.
Yeah, it's not crazy far away for an international trip to
Thank
be like
you.
planning that. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, being in that world for a split second was stressful for somebody, living that life. So you guys, I give you guys all the props in the world.
Where are you gonna be? I have no idea.
Yeah, don't know.
What are you gonna do? I don't know.
Cool.
It is funny.
Well, good luck. Yeah. I'm here to support you.
The amount of people are like family members who are just like, so where are you off to next?
Yeah.
Like, where's the next spot?
Always.
It's literally that's like the number one question. And then I'm like, check our website.
Please read the blogs.
Yes, just go to the blog. That's the best spot. I update it.
Yeah.
And then, so the world champions are in Mexico, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And you guys have been there before?
We've been to Mexico.
There was a funny story there.
Taryn,
I
how was
can't.
Tepic?
We're not?
I cannot.
We're not going to tell it?
I feel like
No, she could tell it. I just get angry. Like, I get heated.
basically a long story in a short version.
No way she tells it
is-
short.
That's perfect. We're on a podcast, so people are here for listening, so that's great.
We were done. It was time to go to the airport, so we set up a transportation. The tournament sets it up for you, and we get in this car to go. And this guy does not speak English very well, or at all. He basically had to communicate with us via Google Translate. And we go. We're in route. We're like, okay, we're gonna get to the airport. It's like a 2-hour drive. Halfway through the ride, we realized there was a time change, and we're gonna lose an hour. So
wow.
we're like, oh my goodness, we may actually miss our flight. And at this point, we had been in Mexico for 2 weeks, so we're like, we want to be home. Like, we
Right.
can't wait. So we're like, oh my goodness, we may miss our flight. And then he pulls up on Google Translate, and he's like, I have to stop at the bank to get some money. And we're like, what? Like, okay. We're like, okay, like, sure. We pull off the interstate, and we pull off into this little town that literally, it was dirt roads. The buildings were all like half
Crumbling.
gone. Like, it was like brick buildings, and then like half of it was gone. You look down this street, and there is a mom with a little kid, and the mom has a machete this size in her hand, and we're like, where are we?
Yeah,
we're like,
happening?
what is going on? Finally, we get
Hold
off.
on, pause. I go into panic mode. I go into protection mom mode,
like,
and I'm
hitting her
like,
and being like, what the-
lock the doors, be aware of our surroundings. We need to get the heck out of here.
So we finally get into like more of a city-ish. There's actually like paved roads.
Paved.
Yeah. He pulls off, parks, goes into this, which we think is a bank. We start trying to like look up like the name of like where he is.
I FaceTime my mom, scare the crap out of her. And I was like, I'm very unsafe. I'm sending my location, and this is our driver in case we go missing. And she's
my God.
freaking out.
So
Yeah.
it was a bank. We did look it up. It was a bank. But while he's in the bank, a police officer on a motorcycle comes up, pulls up behind us, and we're like, what is going, like, this is getting, like, it's getting even more sketchy. Like, what the hell is happening? He comes out of the bank. And again, we're like paranoid because we're about to miss our flight. We're like,
Yeah.
our phone is still saying that we're like an hour and a half away, and we were like boarding in an hour and a half. We're like, okay, this is not good. So finally he comes out. Taryn starts going into like Karen mode. She is yelling at this guy, not yelling, but she's like, we need to get to the
I'm
airport.
sternly
Like
saying.
sternly
Yeah.
saying. Finally, he starts speaking in Spanish, and we're like, we don't know what you're saying. He gets back in the car. We pull off. Our phone was telling us to like be going in a different direction. So we're going in a direction that is, again, we're going back on the just gravel road into nothing. And the police officer is following us.
Oh my God.
We're like, we're getting taken.
Yeah.
We're like, we're getting taken. We're getting sold. Something is happening. Middle of this dirt road.
Literally nobody around.
No one around. Stops the car, gets out. Him and the police officer do like an exchange. Clearly they pass money to each other. And we're just like,
kidding me?
we're like, we're done for.
I looked at her. I go, Kristen, we just got sold.
Yeah.
Do we lock him out of the car?
Yeah, what?
And then
Like, you actually said that, right? You're
Yeah.
like, what?
we're like, dude, what is going, what is going on? Yeah. We're also, in the meantime, we're on the phone, like, with the tournament people, being like, we feel unsafe, like, we don't know what's going on, and they're trying to, like, talk to the driver and whatever. The police officer drives away after the exchange, and all he said was highway. That was the only word he could say in English to us. He was like, highway. Gets back on the highway, and then we're on the highway, and I think the tournament people then got on the phone with him, and they were speaking. They were like, you need to get these girls to the airport. He turns into like a NASCAR driver.
We're in windy
We're in the
hills.
Freaking mountains.
Yeah.
Just like
not the Swiss Alps, but pretty close.
But he turned into a NASCAR driver, and we start booking it.
And we were in a crappy little car. Like, that thing was gonna blow
it
up.
Smelled. We were like, Taryn, do you smell that? Like,
it's burning.
It smelled like it was burning. We get to the airport. We made it on time. They had people waiting at the airport for us to, like, have everything ready to go.
They had our bag tags already ready to go.
Out. But talk like scary moments just in a random town, and we didn't know what to do. It was.
I genuinely thought that we were getting sold, and we were done.
Yeah, that's my nightmare for you guys.
I was literally texting my mom. I was like, make sure you can track my location. Right. Like, look up where I am. Like, it was, yeah.
I've told you guys that. Like, that's the craziest part of your guys' job to me, is you're just getting in a taxi in a foreign country and trusting that someone's going to take you to the airport. Like,
and it is a little different, crazy. Like, just two girls. Like,
yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
it was. Yeah. So hopefully World Champs goes better.
I think we could have taken that guy, though. Like,
yeah.
Absolutely. And
it's also funny because when we got in the car for, like, the tournament people, he asked to, like, take a picture to, like, send to the tournament. So, like, before this all happened, there's just a video of, like, him and us, like, just, like, in the car, like, hey. And the picture is actually hilarious, in, like, looking back.
Now. At the time, you were like, they just got our faces. They just put us into a system, and now everybody knows.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
But we we were so excited to get on that plane and take off. Oh, my gosh.
Real life taking
We made it. Yeah, real life. We made it to our gate 8 minutes before boarding.
Wow.
It was. Nice.
And we got our luggage. I don't know how they checked it, but they did. And it was fantastic. And as soon as I sat down in the seat and I was leaving Mexico, I was like, yes, this is so great.
Oh
Get me out of here.
Yeah.
But
yep.
We're safe. Here we are.
We're here,
Mexico.
We're here right now, and you're going back.
Yeah. Tlaxcala hopefully goes better.
Yeah. Well, we'll have Drew.
Yeah,
and he'll protect us.
Yeah, Drew's coming with us.
Let's go. That's
First
awesome.
time.
First international?
Yeah.
That's cool. So what's the difference between international and AVP? Like, why he wouldn't be able to go, or is it just literally travel and, like, the fees or like how much it costs and stuff like that?
He definitely is not big on traveling.
Okay.
But however, AVP coaches can be in the box. They can tell you things. Internationally, they can't even be in the box. They can't say anything to you. So literally, the coach internationally is just there to basically warm you up. Like, do drills. That's pretty. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be nice to actually have a legit coach warming us up.
Yeah, that's fun. But, I'm excited. And when's that one again? December.
October.
Yeah. October 6th through the 15th. It's a long. It's a long one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. How many teams go to that one? 16?
No, there are more. 24?
24. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's fun.
It'll be good.
All right, so we got Chicago, then
hopefully
Phoenix,
whatever.
Then Paris.
And then Paris.
World Champs. Then Dubai.
And then Australia.
Man, these trips are getting better and better for me. This is amazing.
Oh, did you want to go to that one?
I think I'm going to Dubai too. Yeah, I think I have that one on my calendar.
Yeah.
Lila trying to get in the picture.
However, that place is not cheap.
No.
Whew.
Yeah, I'm not making that one. Probably.
Yeah, that's the other wild part is, like, you have to find a way to get to these tournaments.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
That is the wild part. So, like, you guys, we got to get a partner for you guys for the travel. Like, that's, like, I feel like you guys.
An airline? Oh my goodness, that would be so. We were literally talking about an airline sponsor would be so ideal. Even if it was like you pay for main or you pay for premium, but every single time you get upgraded to first class, like you just pay for the class below. Yeah. Like, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
Like just the difference how our bodies would feel being able to be horizontal for these like 8 to 10 hour flights versus just like sitting like this the whole time. Oh my gosh.
I don't know how you guys do that. Like, that's absolutely insane.
I don't know how.
And then get off the plane and go play.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like a I feel like being small, that's like on a plane, is like one of the perks. So like I can't imagine being 6'4" on some of these planes.
No,
But
it's
you
the
know,
worst.
sucks to be tall.
That is the downfall. We would have to do that shit. Like when I was playing in one of my AAA leagues it was called the Pacific Coast League, and the way that it went because of the time, like all this stuff, we would have to leave at 3:00 in the morning and then play that night. So we would get connections, and it was terrible because AAA is not major leagues yet.
Yeah.
So we would get up at 3 a.m., go to the airport. We had to take the first flight because if there's any delays, then you wouldn't make the game at night.
Yep.
So we would take the 5 a.m. flight, go connect somewhere at 7:30, 8 o'clock, land at 11 or 12. Check into the hotel at 1 o'clock, take a nap for like an hour and a half, and then just show up at the field at 4:35 and play a game at 7.
And you're supposed to be your best. You
Yeah.
got to go perform.
Yeah, your body's supposed to perform. Yeah,
It's crazy.
Yeah,
Gosh.
it's
It is
wild,
kind
some
of
of the
crazy
stuff.
what we do to our bodies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like what we expect of them.
And that's the thing that I think is crazy is like we expect it and then it happens too. Like you guys go out there and perform and it's like, holy shit, they were just on a plane for 12 hours, crawled up. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Human body's nuts.
Yeah, it is wild. You definitely feel it after the tournament, though.
Yeah, we've learned a lot from last year to this year, especially internationally. Before it was like, oh, we're gonna take a nap, we're tired, and we're not gonna get on the time zone, and we're not gonna lift, and we're not gonna do this, and we're not gonna practice because we're just too tired. And this time it's like, no, you're falling asleep. I don't care. Kristen like wakes me up and she's like, we're going to the gym. I'm like, oh, you suck.
But that's the
it's
good part.
It's
Yeah.
way easier when you can pick up the other person.
Exactly.
If I'm exhausted, she's going to pick me up. If she's exhausted, I'm going to drag her out.
Yeah.
You know?
Little accountability.
Yeah.
That is ideal. I don't think like we wouldn't
Doing it by
survive
yourself.
this. Yeah.
love
No.
I love that you got the Sandy Tiggs shirt on too.
Hey, I had to represent.
I love it. Is
The
that
Tigers.
do they still sell those?
Yeah, I think
love
so. They actually, I feel like it was literally
to us
like
last year.
2 years ago that Sandy Tiggs actually became like Sandy Tiggs. We had always been talking about that, but
Yeah.
then they actually put it on shirts.
Oh, it's like actually do they play in them at all?
I think
Oh,
they're just no, they just like warm up and stuff
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
cool. Yeah.
But
I remember you guys used to always say that. So that's awesome.
yeah, I think
Became a
I think Riley Young came up with that.
Really?
I think
Shout out Riley.
yeah. Shout out to Riley.
I know Riley. Yeah,
Man.
that's awesome. We got to get some Sandy Tiggs shirts on the the AVP TKN lines.
Yeah.
Maybe something-
Oh, that's a good idea.
Or do something like that with like a TKN Sandy Tiggs something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Get creative.
Gosh, there's
Put it
so
on.
many. I know. There's like so many things that we're like, man, that would look so cool in a shirt.
Yeah.
Or like how we were talking about the like TKN Nation shirts and stuff like that.
That I still want that one.
Oh,
Yeah.
we do got to do that one. Oh, we got to
TK
get on Mikey.
Yeah. TKN Nation. I love that. That's
I
so
do
cool.
too.
Don't be afraid to be messaging Mikey that stuff and be like, hey, how's the TKN Nation stuff coming? Seriously, like we need that stuff.
It is nice that people go on the website and they're like, we love that you guys have so many different options and so many different types of, it's not just one logo.
Someone was talking to us and they were like, man, we went to go look on your shop for like a t-shirt and then we stumbled across the tie-dye bucket hat and we were like, oh snap, I think I got to get one of those.
Yeah. See, I think that kind of stuff's gonna happen. You never know what it appeals. In beach volleyball, you wear some wild things.
Yeah,
you know?
wear
So
all the colors.
Yeah, exactly.
All the bright. Yeah.
So that's why I was like, yo, put everything on the website because even if somebody wants a mug or whatever, you
Yeah.
know, like they might like it and like the phrase or whatever. So
Yeah.
I'm about it.
I like it.
Well, good. I feel like this was a great episode. Thank you guys for sharing. We're excited. Until next time, I guess. Good luck.
Till
Till
next
next
time.
Yeah. Travel safe.
Thank you.
Hey. Small, what is it? Small
Small talk, tall tales.
talk, tall tales. We're out.